Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. All right, so what we are going over, probably much more than this, but on my actual outline, we are going over four things specifically. One, we're going to be diving into niche. So niche specifically for Instagram. And I'm not talking about like identifying your customer. I'm talking about actually creating potentially an additional Instagram account, and my whole kind of thoughts behind this. And I think it's also really cool because why the masterclass exists is because social media is changing all the time. And I probably would have never actually recommended this even like 3 or 4 months ago, but it's really cool to be evolving, right? So we're going to be diving into that, what that looks like. We're going to be going into new ways to get retail orders. And there's so many cool ways that USANA is unrolling all the time without even telling us. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to talk about a bunch of new ways, maybe new for you, maybe not new for you, but at least hopefully to bring it to your attention. I think one of them, well, at least one of them you guys haven't heard of, how to get more views on your actual Instagram stories. And then we're going to really be diving into how I've had a lot of success enrolling associates. And this month is just like nonstop associate enrolling. So we're going to talk about how that's happening. Does that sound good? Okay, perfect. So let's actually start with the niche accounts for Instagram. Okay, so here's the idea. So each and every one of us, and as I've always been sharing with you since day one, whether you've been learning from me for months or, you know, well over years, it's always that you are your brand, right? So this is not to take away our attention from really continuing to strengthen and evolve our personal brand. 100% that needs to happen. I just want to make sure that there's no like, you know, misunderstanding here. So Alexis, Morgan, Vanessa, Brienne, Leslie, Krista, Paula, everyone, I don't know if I missed anyone, everyone who's on here, every single one of us, we still have only scratched the surface to really, really bringing out the essence of who we really, really, really are, right? And it's those really cool things that only a few people see, like the people who know you closest, and maybe you're showing little glimpse of it here and there, and probably a good indication of when you're really showing that really the true essence of yourself and you're getting into the real kind of like juicy part of like really the best parts of you that really are going to attract a lot of people, is you're seeing that feedback, you're seeing the comments, you're seeing the likes, right? So that's kind of a great way to measure it. But it's really cool because, you know, sometimes you're like, why is this getting so much attention? And it's simply because you didn't overthink it. You just kind of dove in. Do you know what I mean? And can anyone think of a time that was really relevant, like recently? If you have a post that you're thinking of, just put it in the comment section, and maybe we can even, bring attention to it. Maybe I can even make a note to share some examples after the call. But oftentimes it's kind of where you're just sharing kind of something emotional, not even necessarily like traumatic or anything, but something that's like really like heart-based that you really felt that day, right? It could be like getting the kids off to school, or like saying goodbye to someone, or how you're kind of feeling down that day, or how you turned it around. But it's a true, honest look into your life, okay? So not to get off topic, but really we're always looking for new opportunities to bring our brand to life, and it's an ongoing thing, okay? But that's not the topic of number one. Number one is looking for the opportunities for niche, okay? So my brand, Krista Rialba. Now, my brand meaning who I am. This is an umbrella, by the way, okay? So there are many different things under the umbrella. I'm a mom. I am someone who is plant-based. I'm a yogi. I love fashion. I love glamorous things. I also have like a very spiritual side. I have my husband. I'm a wife. I have all these different aspects of me, as do each of you, right? So you, Morgan, Brianne, you have fitness, but you're not just fitness. You know what I mean? There's many different layers of you. Now, sometimes it's like, I'm showing too much of this part, and people are only going to think I just drink smoothies all day, right? So you're trying to always mix it up. But you have little niche passions within your brand that you might want to choose one or maybe even two that you actually bring to life in a separate Instagram account, okay? Now, I mean, it could be completely limitless what this looks like, but what I'm gonna share with you, and we probably are gonna open up the chat if you guys are willing to maybe see if we can help a few of you identify what that would be. Now, you're looking for an opportunity where, as Alexis was saying, that you have a direct share link that is connected to that niche, okay? So I'm going to give you my example, but I'm also going to give you another example that I think I'm going to launch shortly. So as I mentioned that plant-based, you know, so we are a vegetarian/vegan family, you know, that's something that's really important to us. But I've never, ever led with that. It's never really been part of my brand because then I didn't want to limit myself to, you know, people talking to me. But also I think I've also really known that it's kind of, I don't want to say dangerous, but there's a lot of people promoting veganism, but they don't promote supplements, and that's kind of really tricky. And, you know, so I didn't want to kind of, I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't want to bring, you know, being vegan with USANA solely. So I opened up an Instagram account. You guys can check it out. It's called Plant Powered Boys. And that is, so it's an Instagram account for Curtis and Marcus, my sons. And it says, where's my phone? Hold on. Okay, I thought I'd lost it there for a second. I'm like, oh boy. Okay, so Plant Powered Boys, and I'm gonna read you the exact bio here. So we are healthy brothers who are powered by plants and the best children's vitamins on the planet. And then I took the share link that I created in my USANA back office, which we're going to go over in a second. And then I transferred it to a bit.ly and customized the bit.ly. So it's bit.ly/we love USANAmals. Okay. I'm actually going to see if I can share this with you. Well, let me share my phone screen. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out another day. Okay. So can you guys see that at all? I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. No. Okay. So if you go to Instagram, it's Plant Powered Boys. Okay. Now here, there's another kind of layer to this that I want to share with you. So I've always kept my Instagram public, my personal Instagram, even when I've shared pictures of my children, but it felt kind of weird to have a public Instagram account that was actually my boys, right? That was kind of not sitting right with me. And I was like, is it just me being weird? Like, what is it? Had a talk with my husband about it. And I'm like, no, we're totally going to make the boys' Instagram account, which obviously, it's not them doing it. It's me doing it on their behalf, but sharing their lifestyle. We're going to make that private. So right now I'm actually looking at all the ways to actually effectively grow a private Instagram account for business. Okay. So this is what we'll be sharing with you guys next. I haven't mastered anything yet. I'm just kind of trying things out, but it's really cool because we're getting about like 5 or 6 follow requests a day because it's so hyper niche, like so specific. Like all the hashtags have to do with being a vegan kid, right? So people are following us, and the people that are following us are pre-qualified, right? So if a random creepo is requesting to follow, then I'm not gonna like accept that person, right? But it also gives me a really good call to action. If a vegan mom is requesting to follow us because she found us through the hashtag, that's exactly what's happening, I have a welcome message for her. Thank you for the follow, right? I am the mom of Curtis and Marcus, right? Thank you for sharing our plant-based lifestyle. We really appreciate that. We also really promote and encourage our children to be on a really high quality supplement. This is the one that we use, right? So I'm also careful that I didn't put the word vegan in the actual title because technically the USANAmals aren't vegan, FYI. So that's why I use the plant powered. Okay, so I'm gonna give you one more example, and then what I wanna do is I wanna open it up to you guys, and I wanna see if we can maybe brainstorm a little bit on what this can look like for you. And also, please be aware that you guys may be thinking like, oh God, are you kidding me? Like another Instagram account to manage? Like, are you freaking kidding me, Krista? Right? But it's probably, I'll share that it hasn't really been much work. It's been a lot of fun actually to like no holds bar, being able to go like full blown on one topic, it's been really like fun because typically like say I did one on smoothies, you can just be all smoothies all the time. Like it's so easy. Do you know what I mean? And also you probably have like tons of content already on your phone on this specific niche because it's something you already love. So what I actually did was I went through my entire photo album. Well, probably not effectively because there's like 20,000 photos there. And then I just started selecting them and saving them to a file that said Plant Powered Boys, right? So then so whenever I want to post, I have an album on my phone with pictures I already took and videos that I already took. You'll see when I'm posting, the boys look up smaller in some of them. And I'm just recycling things from the past 8 years. Right? So the content's already there. Okay. So the second idea I have, and this is something that I want to talk to Krista K probably offline about more to dive into this, but it will probably be an account that's specific to our area. So wherever you live, you probably have like a 3-letter code, like Alexis, you're LAX. Here in Windsor, we're YQG. So like the airport like code, is that what you call it? Toronto is, what's Toronto? What's Toronto? I don't know. Anyways, you guys get the point. So YYZ. Okay. So here in Windsor, Essex County, we're YQG. So I'm going to create an Instagram account that's like YQG Health, YQG Wellness, YQG Health. Okay. And why this is so smart is because when I'm going to tag the location, everyone who has an account that has YQG in it is popping up. YQG food, YQG business. It's already popping up, right? So for people to find YQG health, they're just going to stumble on me all the time accidentally. This again is another reason why we need that second Instagram account that's niche, because they're not going to find, Morgan looking for fitness because they're not searching my fit room necessarily. They're not searching Morgan necessarily. They're searching fitness, whatever city it is. Do you know what I mean? So the more niche we can get with that name, and because I've always said like we don't want to limit ourselves, right? But in that extra account we can like really dive in and really nourish that. So we're gonna do YQG Health, which is gonna give me the opportunity to also feature all things health and wellness in my area, to become an expert, an influencer. And for people that people are gonna want me to be promoting them specific to the YQG Health Instagram account. Okay, so I think you guys get the point for topic number 1. Now, can anyone just kind of I see all of you on video except for Vanessa. If you could just like put up your hand if you want me to unmute you, and then we can kind of dive in. I can dive into you first, and we can kind of brainstorm together what your Instagram niche could be. It doesn't mean you don't have to do it right away necessarily, but we can at least talk about what that could be. Anybody ready? Paula raised her hand. Way to go, Paula. See, Paula, you know what you're doing. You raised your hand. Like I was just saying actually like raise your hand, but you raised your hand on Zoom.
I know, because I've been tapping the screen and I've located all these weird buttons. I'm like, raise your hand. I think she means this.
Okay, Paula, any ideas that come to mind for you?
Well, this is something that I've been contemplating for such a long time, because I feel a little stuck with my brand, quote unquote, my brand, because I'm so into a very niche world that doesn't necessarily, I can intertwine health and wellness with it, but it's not prominent. I'm not known for it. Mm-hmm. And so it's very difficult for me to integrate my USANA business in a very powerful way, I guess, with my dance business. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for me to do that, to create my niche account where I just solely talk about, I'm very passionate about healthy eating, about healthy baking, and making sure that what we put in our mouth, we know what we're putting in our bodies. And I think USANA falls hand in hand with that. And I'm having a hard time integrating that 100% with my dance. So okay. I think this is a perfect opportunity for me to do that.
Perfect. So what I would do for you, and I'm just going to go for it, and you can let me know if it resonates or not. So there's been a few really great articles. We're actually going to dive into the USANA blog in one of these topics here. But there is like the healthy dancer protocol, right? That's yes. Like the actual like supplement protocol. So what I would do is actually create a share link that has the specific products that you think are like absolutely non-negotiable for dancers. Okay. Obviously dancers can be on everything. We can all be on everything. But what are like the non-negotiables? Maybe it's like 3 different supplements. Maybe it's just one, whatever it is, right? And then you're going to create a super niche Instagram account that's called The Healthy Dancer, and or something like that. And then in the actual description is where you're going to do the call to action. To empower dancers to have the healthiest, strongest body so they can dance for as long as they can, whatever, something like that, right? See link below for our supplement recommendations to be strong at the cellular level, right? So on this Instagram account, you can talk about, you can put in recipes, you can put in food, you can put in all kinds of different tips on being the healthy dancer. But then every say 4 or 5 posts, you're going to be like, Cell Essentials link above, our Healthy Dance Pack link above. So the actual link is directing them to your call to action, which is to get on the supplements. So the same with Curtis and Marcus's Instagram account. It's like, make sure you take your vitamins. Here's a fun little cartoon about being vegetarian. Here's this. Take your vitamins. Take your vitamins. You know what I mean? So always that is the one call to action, right? So it's not like, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It does make sense. I've encountered a lot of, not roadblocks, but a lot of, and I've saved them because I actually wanted to talk to you about them, because there's a few people in our, I guess, in our circle, in our world, who are fitness models in the industry and who are dancers, who are very opposed to what USANA is all about. And they are constantly sabotaging anything to that regard. And so I feel a little stuck, because I'm like, it's somebody who's prominently in our circle. And I wanted to, I guess this is on a side note, right? To be able to, how do you surpass that? How do you answer that? How do you get past that kind of judgment? I guess this is this is a question, I guess a bigger question.
Yeah. We'll probably talk about that more offline, but my simple answer would be more about why even, don't sign up for that class. Like if they are, that's classic Jim Rohn, but why would we try to convince someone who is so passionately against, what we believe in? Right. I would work more on strengthening your belief, showing up more boldly, showing up more confidently, ask questions when they, are like, bah, 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 bah. You're like, interesting. Tell me more about that. Interesting, but you don't have to go against it. Like that's not going to fix anything. But more importantly, it's about you showing up boldly and confidently and unapologetically. And with this next Instagram account, it could give you an avenue to do so where you don't feel like it's, it's mixing worlds or anything, but you can still be all about it there without having to feel like you have to filter yourself. But you shouldn't have to anyways. But I think it's really important to be somewhere where you can be like, this is the answer. And you're going to hear this come up as I go through these different topics, but the confidence piece, like I sat in front of a woman who is a breast cancer survivor. And she actually leads a group of, it's called Pink. So all kinds of women locally who have survived breast cancer. And I said right to her face, I said, the best thing that you and every single person that can do is to get on the Cell Essentials. That is how you actually take your health into your own hands. And I said, it is completely non-negotiable not to. And she was like, whoa. And I've never so boldly spoke to anyone who has already suffered from cancer before. Because I was always like, who am I to say that? Who am I not to, right? I know that this can help them. So as soon as I was able to speak with that confidence, she was like, Krista, I'm in. And can you come and speak to my organization, right? So it's about your belief too, is what I would say. But we probably shouldn't get into this because it's kind of off topic. But
no, but I just want to, I want to agree with you and 100%. So this is exactly what I was looking for, a way to be able to express myself freely and 100% through a channel where I don't need to filter. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to do so. So yes. Perfect.
Krista left you a little note in the chat section. You can check in there in a second.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Krista.
Thank you, Paula. Okay, beautiful. So Krista K, do you want to share next?
My mind is still kind of like reeling about this YQG health. And so after you had mentioned that, I was just like writing down a list of different people that could be featured in that page locally and how we can, as a collective local group, own that together.
Yeah. And you can see what the call to action would be is get on the Essentials.
Yeah.
That's the only call to action we have is get on the Essentials.
Yeah, start there. I've had so many people lately just, well, where do I start? What do I do? What should I recommend for this ailment? What should I recommend for that? And I said, first and foremost, always, always, always start with the basics, and that's essentials. Mm-hmm. Once you have that in your system, then you can build.
Yeah, absolutely. So with Krista, we'll go over a couple of ideas for you. See, I mean, you have to find something that is specific to you, but you're also passionate about. So Krista has a lot of different like autoimmune diseases, you know, children's health, like a lot of different avenues. But you could even take something really specific in terms of like rheumatoid arthritis. Not that you need to do that or that you're passionate about that, but this is an example. So if you suffered from rheumatoid arthritis, you may say, you know what? I'm going to actually just have an Instagram that's just for rheumatoid arthritis, right? Because guess what? People are searching rheumatoid arthritis, right? And, you know, there's someone out in BC who became a gold director simply from getting people who had, what's it called? Meniere's disease, an autoimmune disease called Meniere's disease. Simply the protocol for Meniere's disease, that's all she did. All she did was had one specific task, was every single person that she could ever find in the world who had Meniere's disease, getting them on the Meniere's disease protocol. That's it.
Interesting.
Right? So you can get that niche and you can get that specific. Okay. And put up your hand virtually or physically if you'd like to go next. And not everyone has to go. Okay, Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Hi.
Hey, what are you thinking?
So my instinct at first was that I would do something like around intuition, because I do teach like intuitive eating and intuitive healing, but that's really like my side hustle that I don't even have time to do right now. But as we're talking, I'm like, the thing I'm really, really passionate about is helping shift workers get out of working night shifts.
Yes.
And then I'm thinking, you know, with the message of the Cell Essentials, it's like, but in the meantime, while you're working on that, take your Cell Essentials. Because it's a killer. So, I mean, that's what USANA did for me. It was get me out of shift work. So like, have something catchy to say that's like,
oh, that's good.
Like even just I'll post pictures in the daylight. Like I spend time outside. Right.
And if you work shift work, which I never have, I imagine you'd be like, yes, daylight.
Yeah.
Right.
And
like it'd really resonate with you.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then that would be, I don't take a lot of pictures, so I have not been using Instagram. So when you were like having another Instagram account, you're gonna be like, what the F? I'm like, what? But
I know. And maybe you don't have to do it right away, but I'm just getting the ball rolling for you guys. And you could totally apply this to Facebook, but I'm thinking, I know just from my research side, Instagram is where we're going to get the fast orders. The more niche we get, we're going to get those fast orders, right?
Yeah.
So you could even talk like, you could have an Instagram account that was only for sheet masks, right? And like the only link you had was just to buy the Celavive sheet mask. And you could talk about all things glowing skin. Buy the sheet mask, buy the sheet mask, buy the sheet mask. You know what I mean? Like so easy. And you don't have to do 100 posts a day. You know, maybe you're doing one post every couple days. You know what I mean? Like it's, you know, it's just something you're growing. That's kind of your Instagram side hustle, right? Yeah. Because the cool thing is you can promote your own account too. So you're seeing me on my Instagram story saying, follow Plant Powered Boys, right? Like.
Yeah. So any creative ideas of what I would call that though? Like get out of shift work. Because I don't use Instagram. That's why I'm on this call. I do need to use it. Would people they actually search like rheumatoid arthritis on Instagram?
Oh yeah. The things I search on Instagram are crazy. Like I'm obsessed with baby pigs. So if I'm like in bed at night, I'm just like searching like baby pigs. And then I start to follow all these accounts that are just simply Literally just simply an Instagram account that just show pictures of baby pigs. I'm like, follow, right? So people are searching shift work. People are searching like, I don't know, I'm just thinking of each of you guys, like, I don't know, Zumba class, like you're like, they're searching specific words, right? So in that search bar, when you search a word, it will come up. Do you want to search hashtag, accounts, places, right? So there's a lot of things that can happen just with that one word. So shift workers, hashtag shift workers, right? What if you call it like get out of shift, right? Like kind of play on words. Right? So you guys in the chat screen here, if you have any ideas for Leslie, just go ahead and write like any brainstorms of what you would call her shift worker niche Instagram, right? Healthy shift.
I like.
Right? There's a lot of things you could do. I really like it though. And of course, Pure Rest would probably be amazing too for that demographic. Right.
Yeah, usually the health pack is like the number one thing.
Well, yeah, think big or go home, right?
Yeah.
Put my
That
Pure
really
Rest on the
does
shelf.
help you sleep. Pure Rest doesn't really, you know, when you're doing shift work, Pure Rest does not actually help.
No, you need your health pack. And
You need the whole thing.
Yes. Oh, girl, I love it. See how Leslie just took me out of thinking small to thinking big? Better check yourself, Diamond Director. Here you go. What's Krista K saying over here? She's doing this. I don't know what this means.
I was saying going from 10 points of Pure Rest to 100 points.
Yes,
He's
there
just
you go.
like multiplying it by 10.
Yes. Why not? Okay. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, well, Krista K said shift your life, right? So I like that too.
Ooh, I like that.
Shift your life.
Krista,
Okay.
you are a diamond.
She is. Yeah, she's a diamond. Okay. Morgan, Brienne, Alexis, do any of you don't have to, you could just take this information and go, but if you want to kind of have us dive in as well. Okay, Alexis?
I feel like I'm like into a lot of different things, and it's hard for me to think of something niche out of what I'm already doing. The only thing I could think of is probably like tennis. But after hearing everybody's like input and what they might be creating, I thought about a lot of my team, what they could do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not the idea maker. I just kind of take an idea and I push the idea to my team, and I think I got a lot of like the breast cancer survivor. My aunt is like the biggest like health pack pusher ever, but she doesn't use her story. She just kind of like uses her labs. But I thought that was really good. But I wanted to know maybe something for tennis. That's like the only thing that that's really big in my life. I work in a restaurant. That's not something that like I feel like I want to niche. But like I think being a tennis player might have something there. But can you guys help me a little bit with like putting something on that?
Got it. I'm just gonna mute you, Alexis, just so that everyone can hear. Okay, tennis would be like the easiest thing in the world. Like you should just do that because that's like you can do that in your sleep. Because of all of the WTA tennis players, right? Like you could literally grab like boatloads of content just from Google. Just Google WTA USANA, and then you could schedule it out for a year if you wanted to, right? And then you could just like sprinkle in pictures of you playing tennis. And, you know, it's so easy. Like literally on Google, there is like just search Google images Serena Williams, and there's like a picture of a tweet of hers that says that she takes USANA. Like there's so many things that you could use, right? And also what you'd be doing is tagging all of these superstars, even like the not so known superstars, USANA athletes in your post, right? And then they may even, I mean, some of them a lot of them don't have USANA businesses. So they may just share your post in their story. Like, cool, like share it. Like, why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? So that's like so niche and so easy. Easy peasy, girl, you know, just do that. Like and that applies to any sport anyone's passionate about, you know what I mean? Like with USANA, we have like this ocean of content to pull from, because the company's been around forever, right? So you literally can grab it, but that's a great example. And I love what you said as well about like getting ideas for your team. So if you guys aren't already doing that, like even be like, oh, I have this nurse, like the healthy nurse, like, well, what can nurses talk about? Well, hot rev, they can talk about the health path, they can talk about a lot of things, right? But really bringing that niche to life. Alexis, just do that tennis one. That's a friggin' gold mine waiting to happen. Okay, so you're like, it's so easy. This can't be right. Right? I'm going to go play tennis right now if you don't do that. I'm going to go buy myself a racket, cute skirt, and it's over. Okay, awesome. Krista K says, Alexis, leverage the WTA players, Jeannie Bouchard, Health Pack, and Percosa tennis players. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna move on, and unless Brianne and Morgan want us to dive in too. So just let me know, ladies. Yes? Oh, I can't hear what Morgan's saying.
It's okay. But I got lots of ideas from that. Like, what?
Yeah.
Because we're in fitness, so I'm like, we
need to do a million things.
More. Pardon?
Yeah, you can do a million things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, beautiful. Brianne, anything you want to add, or? I can't hear you, honey. Sorry. Unmute. There you go.
Is it good?
Yeah, we're good. I can hear you.
Just, I think I was in the same boat as what, the girl that just was speaking. Just lots of different ideas. Like, we post so many different things. So I'm just, I think just trying to find that.
Hi.
Yeah. He's always in bed, but he napped early after a sunny day. So yes, this is my distraction right now.
Hi, honey.
Anyhow, I think we can really brainstorm this week and come up with something good.
And he's going to brainstorm too. Good. Okay, awesome. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so I'm glad that we dove into that, you guys. Could be really, really powerful. And I'm not looking for anything to be a time sucker for you guys, but you all literally have this little gold mine of this little niche that you probably is already there, and it's going to be super easy, and I want it to be really fun too, right? So I'm having a lot of fun with our plant powered boys, and I love that. Just kind of like I can just kind of go crazy and just like post a million things that I love. And then also I don't have to apologize for posting, 500 pictures of my children in a row, because that's kind of what it's for. Okay. Okay. So moving on. So now we're going to go to new ways to get retail orders. Okay. So you guys, I just really, really want to emphasize, and I really want you to pass this on to your teams, that everything that I've ever wanted USANA to be in terms of, online abilities, we are now becoming, okay? So I've already shared this with a few of you guys. There is a couple leaders right now in USANA who are kind of confusing things by offering mentorships that are like talking about creating like Shopify links and drop shipping and sampling and all this stuff. Alexis, you may know who I'm talking about. And it's fine, but I don't think you need to go down that road, because we literally have what I've always asked for. I've literally been asking for this for a decade from USANA. So now let's just really, really use what they've given us. So I'm going to go through it. We're going to do some screen sharing here, guys. And we're going to go through each of them one at a time. And I apologize for people who know some of these, but again, just maybe make a few notes of what you should really communicate with your team, okay? So I'm just opening up my window, just bear with me. Okay, that's just loading. Let that load. Okay, so really important as well for your team, and you see this a lot with new associates, that they will share links from wherever online for USANA products, right? Like they're just sharing like even like directly to USANA, just sharing random links, random, I don't know, just like all wherever they're just Googling. You're seeing this a lot with like probably the older demographic more so. So you want to make sure that you're really empowering them to be sharing links that are actually connected to their USANA ID number, because you don't want them sharing links all over the place and they're not getting credit for the orders. Because oftentimes people are ordering online and they're not talking to us. We don't even know about it, right? Okay, so let me just go ahead and press share and we should be in business here. Okay, so you guys know about this one. It should say Ask the Scientist. You guys seen that lots of times, right? So before we had Ask the Scientist, but we never had the ability to really connect specifically to our link, right? So it was an educational tool, but then what, right? So now I use Ask the Scientist every single day right now. I used it today when we were working on a little community trade show, I guess you can call it. It was a horse show. So when we were talking to people about the Magna Cal D and they wanted more information, I'm like, great, text me your phone number right now or write down your cell phone. I'm going to send you the link right away. So right here, I've just typed in Magna Cal, okay? And it's going to come up. And then I'm going to, right here on the sidebar, do you guys see these little links here? You should see a little link icon. You should see a Google+, a little Twitter, and a Facebook. So I have a lot of ways I can share this information. Now, I'm going to make sure that I click on, I'm going to share this with someone who, so maybe I'm on my cell phone, I'm going to Ask the Scientist right on in the moment. I'm going to click on link. Now you see it asks me to actually enter my associate ID number, right? So my associate ID number is 3636524. So I'm going to add that to the link, okay? Now, this is just a weird glitch. I'm just going to walk you guys through this weird glitch. You see that little, it's not giving me the option for just a link. It's giving me Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. So if you need just the link, just click on Twitter. And what's going to happen, you don't have to share it on Twitter. It's just going to give you the link right here. You see that? Okay. So now everything that you're ever searching. So when you're like, okay, I need a link for Ask the Scientist for Magna Cal. Well, don't just do it one time. I want you guys to all make sure you're creating a note section on your phone and or on your computer. Maybe they're linked and you're organizing it, right? So it's like Ask the Scientist link for Magna Cal. And what you ideally want to do is you want to shorten it in bit.ly. I don't need to show you guys how to do that, right? bit.ly, bit.ly. You can shorten this link. So it's a really tidy little link. And in bit.ly, you can also customize it. So it could be healthy joints. So bit.ly /healthy joints if it's available. Just not if you guys know what I'm talking about. Everyone good? If you don't, just tell me. You're good. Okay. So that's clear, right? So we're going to get to how we actually how we're going to get the retail orders. But basically, when we're sharing people information, we want to make sure that it's connected to us, right? So on this link here, when this shows up, you can actually click on the word Magna Cal when it's going through all of the information. It's just loading right now. But the actual link will take them to shop. There'll be the opportunity for them to shop through the Ask the Scientist page, okay? So we really want to bring them there. We want to make sure it's connected to our ID number. We're just going to move ahead just so we don't have to wait for that to load. So Ask the Scientist is one, okay? The next one that you guys may or may not know about, I know I already did a video on this, so you guys probably already seen it, but I just did the video the other day, is the What's Up USANA. Now this, they literally did not announce this. Did you guys know that they announced this? What's Up USANA, that is now shareable links with our ID numbers. Did you guys know this? I did not know this. I stumbled on this, okay. So What's Up USANA is USANA's blog, okay? So it's always been really, really well done. I mean, they pay people a lot of money to run the blog, okay? And they pay all these writers to create all of these different articles for us. Really cool. There's like an amazing archive of celebrities, athletes, everyone. Everything you can possibly want to share is on here. But I've never really leveraged it because why am I going to share with them a link to an article that literally links to usana.com to check out? I can't do that, right? Because if they don't know me that well, they might just go ahead and just check out from USANA, right? So now what I can do, for example, so I'm going to go to one that's specific to a product. So 3 ways USANA Proflavanol C100 supports beauty from within. Oh, Paula, here's an article for dancers, okay? Abigail Simon, it goes over the actual products she uses. So I'm going to go through 3 ways USANA Proflavanol C supports beauty from within. You guys see on the sidebar here, I can link directly to my ID number. Whoa, right? So look at what happens. So down here, where it goes over all the amazing cool things that ProFlav does, now here, make Proflavanol C100 part of your daily routine. This, if you are sharing them the link that you've created here, and they click on this, it's gonna bring them to your checkout, right? How awesome is that? So what you could do is, like, you could do a lot of things. If you have a newsletter, an email newsletter, you can just literally repurpose this entire content, put it on a blog, and just make sure you credit USANA. It's done for you, right? You can, but you don't even have to put it on a blog. You can share it to, you can tweet it out, you can Facebook it out, you can Google Plus it out, you can do whatever the heck you want with it, because, let me put this on away, because it's done for you. You guys, this is game changing, okay? So you could literally search for anything here that you want to, like let's search WTA. WTA, and we're gonna see all of the content that's ready for Alexis to totally like pimp out over here. Okay, so there's like, there is literally what, like 4 or 5 pages of WTA stuff, right? So and you could even update the link in your Instagram to reflect an article every now and then, right, on your really niche Instagram. Okay, so that's perfect. So this is a way for you to get retail orders by using content, really cool articles and information that's created by USANA, okay? Up next, share links. I think everyone knows this, but we're just gonna do a quick recap, you guys. Again, this is so awesome. I'm going to share with you a few ways I've been using share links that are probably unique as well. I've been using them in closing associates. Oh, Leslie, do you have a question? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to, hold on, unmute you for a second.
Okay.
Go ahead, Les.
So I use the link quite often. However, my shopping cart is constantly defaulting to Europe, which really screws up the shopping cart because all the items get removed. And
yeah,
even from that, it goes to Europe market. So the products are different there.
Did you submit that to USANA? I
did. And they said to remove your caches. I have no idea how to do that on my phone. And I'm still not sure if that's going to solve the problem. So I don't know.
Maybe put the link in the masterclass and we'll try it and we'll see if it shows up Europe.
Okay.
And otherwise you just have to harass USANA and they'll get it done.
Okay, thanks.
Just be a bugger. That's what I do.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys were here. I'm going to manage share list. You guys know this. You guys obviously know this because you're here. Okay. I have all my share lists here, but I'm using it oftentimes right now to close associates, okay? So I'll create a package for associates. They can't actually check out here yet. That's coming, but I can actually put together a package for my associates and they can see the price, they can see everything. It's done really neat. So rather than what I used to have to do is like, write the entire order, put links to each product, like so annoying, and then put the total. Now I just send them a share link to their order, like to the custom order that I put together for them to start their business. So that's been really awesome. Also, I've been collecting PC testimonials, and I'll share the PC testimonials, and then I'll share the share link to what the products that those customers take. So for example, Vicky Bondi takes the Cell Essentials, the Biomega Percosa, and Proflavanol, okay? So what I do is when I share a picture of her with the testimonial that she gave me permission to share, I actually share the share link to the products that she takes. Okay, so that's another idea for you too. Even you could do that with, just ask some of your really loyal customers, maybe their family members, close friends, and say, can you write a quick blurb on why you love the Cell Essentials? Or why you love the Cell Essentials and Biomega combo, or why you love the Nutrimeal and the whatever. And then do a picture of them and create a little share list here with their name on it. Okay, So Bonnie's Health, we have Vicky and Marlon's Health. We have a few of their testimonials ready to go. Okay. So that's good to go. And again, using the bit.ly is always handy to shorten it. All right. So I think you guys know this as well. But I'm talking all over the place, all the time. Okay, so KristaRialba.usana.com. Actually, let me just make sure I sign out first. Hold on. I have to say a huge gratitude to Mickey D's for giving me their internet tonight. Okay, KristaRialba.usana.com. Now, you've seen this before. Hopefully, if not, share this with your team, /. Okay, you guys see I did the / share. Okay. Now, do you guys know what happens when I do this? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This should bring them to the USANA website, not my customized USANA website, but the new, beautiful, modern, awesome. I love the way this new USANA template looks. But at the bottom right, you see what it says? Let me just move. Can you see that? It has a little box that says Krista Rialba, enroll and save 10%. Okay. I think this is the much more modern version of sending them to my customized website. Here's my thought behind this. They already know me. They're not stumbling on KristaRialba.usana.com. They know me. They're going there from Facebook. They're going there from Instagram. They don't necessarily need to know what I'm all about. They don't need to read my story, right? Because they know me. I've been telling my story to them for probably forever. Let's just get them to the really beautiful USANA website that encourages them to check out, shall we? You know what I mean? So that's what that is there. So literally your domain, whatever it is, / share. So whenever I share my USANA website now, I'm no longer bringing them to my customized website. I still have it customized, of course. I still recommend that all my associates do customize it, but I want to bring them right here because this looks actually like 2018, right? Okay. Any questions? Good. Alexis, is your hand up? No? Okay. All right, beautiful. Okay, so there we go. We got that. All right. So back to this here, the / share. What I'm going to recommend to everyone is specifically on your Facebook business pages and possibly even using Hootsuite, HOOTSUITE for your Facebook personal page to schedule. It depends on how much you're posting, but I would say at least once a week, you have the same post go out that is bringing them to your USANA website / share. That says something like, so Leslie, for example, why do you believe in supplementation? Why do you believe in cellular health? So it's one statement that you have that's scheduled and that's encouraging them to become a USANA customer, right? So it's just like your official kind of statement on why you are a USANA ambassador. Don't expect a lot of engagement on this post. Don't expect really there to be likes or comments even, because I think when posts are scheduled, it kind of feels scheduled, but that's okay. I think it's okay because we want to always be reminding people and giving the people that have been watching us and learning from us every single day in and out that little invitation. Yes, thank you for the reminder. I'm going to go order and become a customer right now, right? So that's what's happening with me with the scheduled posts. I don't schedule them and expect anything monumental to happen. I schedule them to back up what I'm already doing, right? And to create those surprise retail orders without me even like thinking much about it, okay? So if you have a business, for example, My Fit Room, they own a fitness studio. Why, as fitness trainers, why supplement? So what is your like official statement on that, right? And sharing, if Brianne's writing it, Morgan and I, this is why we promote supplementation. This is our core belief. This is why, right? It's not just pushing products on you guys. This is why, right? And to share that. Have a beautiful picture of you guys and just go ahead and schedule that out. For Facebook, you know how to schedule it. It really literally prompts you when you're creating the post for your Facebook business page. It says, There's a schedule button bottom right. But if you're on your personal page and you want to schedule it there, you have to use Hootsuite, HOOTSUITE.com. Okay. All right. So more ideas for getting retail orders. Okay. So again, this is a really actionable way, because we've always said the fortunes in the follow-up. We are still network marketers. We're not necessarily internet marketers. If we were, we'd be looking at ClickFunnels and going all crazy things like that. We are still, it doesn't mean you can't do that, but primarily the most important thing is that we're building relationships, right? Okay, so today when I was at this this horse show, it was the Cottam Horse Show. Talk about being in the country, okay? Literally, I felt like I needed cowboy boots, but I didn't have any. And so I'm talking to people. Now these share links are coming in really handy, right? Not just like, just go to usanon.com, go to my website. It's like, what's your cell phone number? I'm gonna text you right now the share link. So all of these tools work really well in person as well, right? If you're with a girlfriend and you're out for coffee, like, you know what? I'm going to do this right now before I forget. And in your notes section, you already have that share link for Nutrimeal. You already have that share link for Usanimals. So you're getting her directly an actionable way to check out with that share link, okay? Then when you follow up, you're seeing in your conversation, you already have it there. Hey, did you get a chance to order that yet? I just wanted to check out, I just wanted to touch base with you, right? So you're following up, but this whole process of getting their payment information, all of that doesn't necessarily have to happen anymore. It's a lot easier, but we're still using all these links as ways to touch base, ways to empower our customer to be independent, right? If they haven't, if you shared initially the share link, I'm saying share a whole lot, sorry guys, and they didn't take action, maybe you also followed up with like, let me know if you have any questions. I also want to give you this information. This goes over everything. Here's the Ask the Scientist link, right? So they haven't checked out for the Magna-Cal-D, and then a few days later, you send them the Ask the Scientist link for the Magna-Cal, which is like everything, and how could they not want to buy it, right? Okay, so that is retail orders. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I can't see all of your faces right now. Is there anyone want to add anything about retail orders? We're good? Okay. All right. Up next, where are we? Okay, I'm going to stop the share. Okay, here we go. Now, diving in to Instagram stories. Okay. Who here just, you can literally raise your actual hand. Are you doing more than 2 stories a day? Anyone doing more than 2 stories a day? Yeah. Krista, are you doing stories? Yeah. And you guys, I only ask because I'm following a freaking gazillion people. I don't see everyone's stories. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay. Here's how we get more eyeballs on our stories. Now, I thought of this and I was like, could this actually be true? So you know how we can have 30 hashtags in our comment section, right? We have that saved in our notes. So in our notes section on our phone, just to recap, we want to have different categories of 30 hashtags saved in our notes, right? So now I have my 30 hashtags for plant-powered boys. I have my 30 hashtags for beach bum. I have my 30 hashtags for my general overall people I want to connect with, right? Saved in my notes. So just copy and paste it into the first comment of the post that I did with the 5 little dots, right? That way people don't see all of my hashtags, okay? Now, you can put those 30 hashtags in your story, but you don't want people to see it because you'll look like a crazy person. So what you want to do is when you're putting the text in there, so copy it. So you do the text, so click on the little text icon, paste it in there, and then you pinch it. So it goes super duper small and make it the same color as the background and no one can see it. But Instagram, Leslie, and Instagram still picks up on every single one of those hashtags. You see what I'm saying? So that's like freaking what? Like I was like, there's no way that Instagram's gonna let me do this. Because they were letting me do it, but was it actually working? So I looked at all the different the websites and everything, and I backed up to confirm that yes, it does work. And then I've been testing it out, and I look at my views. There's way more views on the ones that I'm putting the hashtags, because sometimes I'll put like a single hashtag, the one that's kind of obviously related to it, like hashtag, like whatever, beach home lifestyle. But I'm not going to put the 30 hashtags, so it's going to look horrible. So just pinch it down, make it the same color. No one will see it. You can even throw a little funny little sticker on it if you wanted to, okay? So let's do that until Instagram tells us we can't do that anymore. But as of right now, September 2018, it is officially a hack. Okay, there we go. So here's another one. So sometimes I get on a little Instagram story, little kick, and I want to do like 10 stories in a row. Fine, I could do that. But probably what's going to happen, unless it's actually like really like a really juicy actual story, they're probably just going to go and just quickly skip through them, right? I do that. You probably do that. I'm sure you've done that to me, right? So instead, if you want to do that, fine, go nuts. Or you could space them out so that you're showing up on stories every few hours. That is more effective than doing 10 at once, because you do 10 at once, then the next, half an hour that someone goes on Instagram, you're not showing up there anymore. That's the whole reason we're doing stories, is to show up on the top of everyone's story feed, right? So they're like, oh yeah, Brienne, oh yeah, Leslie, right? So they're reminded of us, right? But if we do them all in one chunk, then we're gone. We're gonzo, right? No one's seeing it anyways. So if we show up every couple hours, so maybe 5 times a day, right? It doesn't have to be a lot. You can already have, you're repurposing content from your phone. It doesn't have to be a live story necessarily, right? But just show up in people's stories, because it brings them to your actual post. It brings them to your link, right? So that's really a good tip. And that was a good reminder for me too, to stay at the top of everyone's minds and Instagrams. But I'm totally guilty of like going crazy. You just get like a little window of time for yourself, and you're like, okay, now I'm going to do 100. Okay. Also refer to your stories in your posts, right? Had a great day at the Cottam Horse Show. See stories for more behind the scenes. Okay, that's a great way to do it as well. You can also tag people in your stories. You can tag a whack load of people, and you can also pinch it down, okay, so that not all of those names are showing up. You can also share that story specifically to people directly to make sure that they see it specifically as well, and maybe that they'll reshare your story. Make sure that when you go into the settings section, you have story sharing on, so people can share your stories. And this is kind of an obvious one, but doing the geolocation, right? So adding the actual location. Security reasons, you don't have to do like the exact location, especially for privacy, but put a location, right? It doesn't have to be where you are. I'm quite often I'm in Malibu. I'm in Glendale, California, Lexus all the time. Sorry I didn't tell you. I'm like always in Cali, but where is your ideal demographic, right? And oftentimes like I'll be checking in Toronto, I'll be checking in Kingsville, which is a nearby community, but make sure you are including the location, okay? All right, beautiful. So those are the kind of the hacks for getting more people to view your story. Sound good? Anything you guys want to add? Any questions? Okay. Okay. So now we're going to move on to how I'm enrolling people. Okay. And we're going to have another big week. Our local team, Krista Kay, we're really focusing really specifically on enrolling people in our local demographic, our local community. If you're not already building a local team, I really, really highly encourage it. It really creates a magical dynamic that, there's nothing like that in-person contact. Here, the Empowering You series, which you guys can always take inspiration from. It's a new take on a health and freedom. If people get there and they realize everyone wants to be a part of a community, right? So get people to local events. That's kind of a side note. Okay, so how am I actually going about this? I feel like I can enroll anyone right now. Like I feel like I can enroll absolutely anyone, because I'm hoping, my intention right now is to share where my mind is and how I'm seeing this, seeing it clearly for everyone. So I'm having coffee dates all the time right now. I barely have, like, I'm not even prepared to present the business. I'm just literally looking to, if there's someone that I want to work with, I'm making it my mission to know her. Okay. So I'm going to give you some examples. I had booked a coffee date with a girl named Jordan, who owns Plant Joy, which she bakes or fries vegan donuts. And she's just the cutest little button ever. And I'm like, I got to have coffee with this girl, right? So I go for coffee, and I'm like literally like obsessed with her already. I'm like, just like, oh my God, like tell me more. Like I want to know where she is in her business. And I have my kids with me. It's perfectly imperfect. Like it's totally fine. And I just literally, my only intention of that meeting, and you can do this for the same for a phone call, is just, you just want to know what makes her heart tick. You want to know where her struggles are. You want to know what's going on in her life. Because once you know that, it's a done deal, right? But until you know that, it's really hard. It's really hard to get them to see the vision, right? So having this coffee with Jordan, and to be honest, it was kind of totally messy. Like I had both kids with me. Mike was out of town, but I just like made it my mission just to connect with her. And I said, at the end of it, I said, you know what, I have to go. I have to get these boys home. But I really think I have a few solutions for you, right? I'm going to do a little recap message. I'm going to touch base with you later today with a few ideas for us. Does that sound good? She's like, yes, that sounds so good. Because anyone who feels heard, and they want to work with you. They want to know what you have, right? I literally told her like zero about me in that whole time, right? And she was like dying to know more, right? And I was like, no, back to her, right? And Alexis, I think you probably can relate to this advice back from like, this even reminds me like old school Michael Kayes, like, when he's not sharing like what we do. But it's a little bit different than that, because I'm just literally so invested in knowing this person in front of me. So then afterwards, I'm circling back to Jordan. I'm like, okay, so based on what you told me, so now I have all of these little ingredients that I can kind of choose from, right? So as soon as I get home, I open up my notepad. I'm like, hey, what did I hear, right? And I want to know, okay, so she is super sleep deprived. She is struggling real hard to make this like traditional business work. She's surrounded by people who are rooting for her, but people who aren't really invested in her, because how can you really be invested in another business unless you're in the business? I'm seeing that she has the grit and the determination, but not really the plan, the long-term plan. So I'm going to share with her, I shared with her what I see in her, and how I think, as someone who's a few steps ahead of her, 10 years really, because she's 25 years old, and seeing myself in her, I really want to support her. Here are a few ways that I think that I can support her. And I really outline it, right? She actually, turns out she has her master's in, what was it? Science? She had a crazy science master's. What was it? Neuroscience? Something freaking like, what? Like, I'm like, you're so smart. So I'm like, and based on your science, like, I really think you should check this out. So my approach with her was, I just really wasn't trying to convince her of anything. I just really wanted to know her. And then I was feeding her, here's my community. Here's the science of the company that I work with. And here is, I think one thing that you're missing is passive income, because I know you're a hard worker, but I know that that's not the only piece for you to really create the life that you really long for, right? The next step is that, would you be open to watching this overview? I think it would connect all the dots of everything that I'm touching on, right? And she's like, yes, I want to watch your overview. Like, finally, you're actually asking me to learn more. So she watches the overview while she's baking donuts, and she's just like, I'm in, right? But if I would have went right into convincing her and showing her and trying to get her to see the vision at that coffee date, what she would have said is, I'm broke. I have no money. I have no time, right? But once she felt heard, once I had the ingredients to really to put this together for her, it was easy. She came to our next live event and she was like, you know, a little jumping bean in her seat. She just knew that she found her people, right? Okay, so this is the same approach that I'm taking with pretty much everyone. It's great if you can have a coffee. I know that can sometimes be really time consuming, but really you can leverage virtual tea dates, right? You can do things like that, but the whole idea behind it is getting to know people. And I know this sounds like it takes a lot of time, but it's really how you're actually going to it's going to be so easy. It's because people are like, well, you have all the answers. I'm not even talking. I'm literally not even talking at these coffee dates, right? I'm just like wanting to know more, wanting to know more, wanting to know more, right? So I had coffee with the manager of the two of the biggest nutrition stores locally, like health food shops, right? Now, this is a lesson for you that we've been talking about on our team is don't say no for people. We're saying no for people all the time without even asking them because they're a doctor. They're not going to be interested because they work at a health food store. They're not going to be interested. They have all these products for free or really cheap, or they know better, or this person's already successful, or this person has no money, right? We can't live in someone else's wallet, right? And tell them that they don't have enough money or they have too much money. We can't live in someone's life at all. We can't say no for people. So having coffee with the manager of this nutrition shop, I was totally guilty of saying no for her before. I've been talking to her off and on for years. I go and buy some cacao powder or whatever, you know. And but then it was actually one of my new associates who marches on in there thinking that she's going to get USANA on the shelves. Well, that's not really super realistic because USANA is not a retail model, but maybe there's an opportunity. But I said, okay, here's the bigger opportunity. This young girl is managing all these stores. What's her game plan, right? Where is she going to go? What's next? She's at the top of the ladder. There's nowhere else to go, right? Let me have coffee with Deanna, the actual person who works there. Have coffee with Deanna. Ask her questions, learn about her aerial arts, learn about all these things, ask her questions after ask her questions. And turns out she's like so desperately looking for a way, right? So you guys, I hope I'm making this clear. I can go over example after example after example, but that's the secret sauce, right? It's not about having the shiniest overview. It's not about having this crazy, amazing website. It's about making those connections. And you can literally sign up 5 people in a week, because then the next point is once you have the information, now you're basically, this is where you get really creative. And I think it's really exciting. You're putting together the proposal that they cannot say no to. Okay. So Krista K here, she and Tuesday, I haven't answered you about that, Krista. So Krista's associate, Tina, is she's being interviewed. She's how do we say it? So she's co-hosting kind of like a video podcast for our local community. That's like entrepreneurs locally. Okay, that's not important. But basically, the guy who's running it is like the biggest influencer in terms of sports locally. So he's Krista. Tell me who he is. I'm going to not do it justice. Who is this guy?
His name is Dominic Papa, and he's the founder of the Westbies, which is like, if you were to equate it on like a larger scale, it would be like the founder of like the Grammys or the Emmys or something like that. So it's basically, it's for sports. And yeah, like he is just in every social media and every media outlet all the time, daily, constantly. And he's just connected to basically everybody in Windsor, Essex.
Okay, so Chris's associate, Tina, is a guest on his show, okay? So here we now have a personal connection with Dominic DePapa. That's his name, okay. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. Okay, so now we could totally skip over him. He's a big wig who's so busy and so rich and all these things. Or we can say, wait a second, he is a major influencer. How can we get Dominic to say yes easily? Guess what? We tell him that we are partnered with $1 billion company that just so happens to be the world-class nutritional products that are taken by all of these athletes, start name dropping all the athletes that he would care about. Dominic, what if we got you an affiliate link that you could use on the radio, you could use wherever you wanted to, and you could just use it at your whim, and you can make an additional simple, lucrative income stream. Easy, simple, lucrative income stream. Would you be open to that? Yeah, of course you will. He's a smart businessman, right? So I'm not presenting one business center versus 3 business centers. I'm saying, how can we get Dominic to say yes? Dominic, do you want an affiliate link for a world-class product that is just that's taken by this athlete, and this athlete? Yes, of course I want that. Okay, how do we get Dominic that? Here is a hack that I learned the other day that I was driving. I was like, could this be, could this be true? So I call up USANA VIP, which you have access to when you're gold and above. So get to gold and above. And I'm like, okay, I just thought of something. Is this true? If someone buys the welcome kit, formerly known as the BDS kit, can they make retail sales right away? Meaning, can they have a USANA website and actually earn income right away without commission qualifying one business center? They can. Simply by buying a $39 in Canadian dollars, $39.95 welcome kit. You can literally create an affiliate link for them immediately, you guys, right? So who cares? Buy them a freaking affiliate kit. Buy them a affiliate kit. Buy them a welcome kit, right? If they're willing to do it. Alexis has a question.
When you say retail sales, what are the streams of that exactly? Is it like just sending their customized like product template with the products that they most likely they use most, and then sending that to somebody, and when they purchase that, that's the retail order? What else? What other kind of retail are we talking about?
Okay. So they're USANA link. So chrisarialba.usana.com. It has to be, they have to check out retail though. They can't check out as a PC. That's the trick. Okay. So here's the thing. So Dominic says, yeah, sure. Okay. Now we'll say the follow-up question to this is, in the same conversation is, well, Dominic, obviously if you're promoting these products, we need to get you on them, right? Do you want a health pack with that welcome kit? Right? It's like, well, yeah, I better be on the health pack, right, Leslie? Better be on the health pack. And okay, well, what about shakes? Do you do any like protein shakes, meal replacement shakes? Yeah. So you're probably gonna get them 200 points anyways. Do you know what I mean? But you got them to say yes, right? And maybe they're like, well, no, I'm gonna promote it without being on the products. Probably not gonna say that, right? They're probably gonna want to order products, right? So that's really cool too. But let's just say that they're not commission qualified yet. So maybe they ordered a product or two, but they don't have the 200 points. But if you get them that affiliate link and you show them any sort of win, maybe you can get them one retail order or something like that, like something happens. And then you say, hey, Dominic, would you like to learn the other streams of income, right? We can easily unlock the other streams of income by getting you on an auto order. So you can get your health back to you every month really easily, right? And what about, hey, Dominic, do you know of anyone locally who needs to make an extra income who's in the wellness industry? He gives us a list of people. You see what I'm saying? So my takeaway from this is what can you get people to say yes to, right? There's something that they can say yes to. So locally we have a really tough ass personal trainer who is this really kind of very unapproachable, but she's very, she's a huge influencer. I won't say her name out loud just because I'm in public. Okay. Now she's people like follow her like she's like the Jesus of fitness. Okay. So she already said, absolutely not. No MLM, no way, Jose, not doing it. Okay. Fine. But she's like, I'll promote your products though. Well, you're probably not going to promote them because you're a businesswoman and you're not making money promoting our products. So let's be serious. Okay. So I'm going to circle back to her tomorrow and say, guess what? I have an idea for you. out of all do you have a list online of all the products that you recommend, like your favorite fat burner, your favorite, like all the different crazy things that she recommends? And she'll probably say, well, yeah, but it's not really organized. I know it's not organized. What if you create that list and you go through the USANA products that you would recommend, and I create affiliate links for you for each of those products? I know that you want to promote glucosamine. I know you want to promote Rev. I know you want to promote the health pack. So we'll get you affiliate links for each of those. How does that sound? Well, that sounds good. So this one, this tough personal trainer that no one's been able to crack locally, we're going to crack her tomorrow with that approach. You see what I'm saying? Because she won't do MLM. No way, right? So fine. We're going to get her affiliate links. You see what I'm saying? So I want you guys to think of people who are the tough nose people and the people who are like really hard, or you're like, that's really tricky. Think of what can they say yes to? Paula, I think you raised your hand. I'm going to unmute you. Paula, do you have a question or anything you wanted to add? I'm not sure if I can. It's not letting me unmute you. Just
hello. I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I don't know what I'm like listening to this conversation and making myself a tea, and I must have tapped something.
Oh, no worries. All good. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. Does anyone have any questions or anything that you want to add based on that? Alexis?
I think I just really got that aha moment that I've always tried to get somebody like a 200 points or like trying to get them to buy something because I know they'd be really good referral partners. But like knowing now that they can use the website just for retail sales, and there's really not much of a commitment. But like you said, it's like they're winning even if they make like $4. That's something that they didn't really have to work. That's just something they just had to plant that little like seed, that little link on their page. And I have people that are already recommending stuff, but I think when I talk about auto order, it kind of scares them away, or like they're afraid of commitment kind of thing, or like they're probably not as committed to the product as somebody who's building the business. But I think if they can just like drizzle it in any of their social medias, or just anybody who's talking about like, oh, I need to lose weight, this is what I've tried before, you can get a discount with this. It just sounds like not like an associate. It just sounds like, hey, I'm just referring this to you kind of thing. Yeah. I think that's like scares people off when you go get into USANA and like you just turn into this USANA business person and you forget you just have amnesia of like who you really are. Yes. So like knowing that that they can just sign up with the $40 welcome kit with a bunch of like cool knickknacks in there, like it just sounds like a no-brainer that they feel like, hey, this is something that I can do and it's not going to break my bank sort of thing. So thank you for like reassuring me on that.
Yes. So my big aha moment is, so one time I was on the bus in Kananaskis, and we were on this like leadership summit, and I was on the bus with Annette K. So Annette K is like a 17-star diamond director. Okay. She's a freaking like just queen, like just Annette K. Okay. So I was sitting at the front of the bus and I was with Mike and the boys, and Jeremy Lunt comes over, who's corporate USANA. He goes, Krista, can you do me a favor? Can you go talk to Annette K at the back of the bus, and can you try to tell her why it's really important for her to enroll PCs? I'm like, are you freaking drunk? No, I'm not doing that. Like, what the hell? Why would I tell 17 like why she has to enroll PCs? Obviously, she knows something I don't know because she's been in business just as long as I have, and she's a 17-star diamond director. So I'm like, not happening. And then I'm thinking, okay, so we know that different demographics in USANA are only enrolling associates. But from what I just told you, do you see that why wouldn't you offer every single one of your preferred customers when you're placing an order, you know what, do you want to be an affiliate? Like, you can take this all the way. You can take this full-time income. You can do this, whatever you want. But we have a really cool opportunity for you. It's $40. It comes with your blender bottle. It comes with a cute little workout bag. It comes with this fitness guide and this meal plan and some supplement tin. I forget what's in there, but you guys get the point. I think there's a resistance band. that's worth 40 bucks, you know? So if you want, you know what I mean? There's a lot of places you could take this, you know, but it might not be a bad idea. Now, people might challenge me on that and say, well, yeah, but they're not going to treat their business like like a business. Maybe not, but maybe they'll see the big picture. And I can tell you one thing's for sure, that I've had people come in who spend, you know, back in the day, pro packs were close to $2,000. They come in, they invest $2,000. They didn't build. I have people come in and spend 200 bucks, and they're my gold directors. They're my ruby directors. And I have different examples, everything in between. So I think our job is to get people to see the vision, right? And for those of us who are saying, well, I just want to do PCs, I just want to help people with their health. Okay, I want to challenge that thought, because aren't our best associates actually just our best customers, right? And how can you really be an incredible customer if you're not an associate? Are you really going to be on the health pack and the shakes and the Rev and the Celavive and the body care? No way. You're not doing that. You're not spending $500 a month. Like, you know what I mean? If you're not actually truly in it, your best associates will be your best customers, or vice versa, right? So I'm thinking we're sitting on a lot of opportunity here. I think we're all sitting on a big old gold mine that literally just comes from the ask. And it comes from that bold, confident ask. It comes from people who are watching us. And just like Alexis said, well, I don't want to become that USANA person. You know, what I am, how I live my life and what I've become is probably quite intimidating to a lot of people. You know, if they are like just a stay-at-home mom, I could never do what Krista does, right? Well, yeah, I didn't do it overnight. It took 10 years to get to where I am, right? But they could be a stay-at-home mom who is also, you know, sharing their shake recipes on Instagram with a link, but I'm letting her order NutriMeal without giving her an invitation to make money. It's crazy, right? So you see why some people in USANA are not enrolling. They don't even believe in preferred customers. Like, Annette K does not even understand why anyone would be a preferred customer. Legitimately. They're like, do they not like money? Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Like, literally, right? It's only an extra 40 bucks, right? So that's the class, you guys. Alexis?
Can you walk me through, like, after you sign them up with like an affiliate, would you just teach them how to assemble their product template website and then show them how to create a share link?
Yeah.
And that's it, right?
Yeah. Yep. And so that's really becoming, so I'm working on a 14-week success plan right now. We're going into week 2. But week 1 right now is for everyone, whether they're hoping to take it all the way or they're just hoping to do this part-time. It's everyone. That's the very first focus. Everyone to get their website up and their share links ready, right? Whether they're super duper part-time, whether they're just playing around, or whether they're taking this actually to a business level, that's priority for everyone, right? So imagine your customers, right? Imagine how your business could blow up. Right? If even like a customer who loves NutriMeal now has share links, well, she's not going to post it on Instagram without a share link, right? And wouldn't you do the same thing? Like, if you love a specific brand of clothing and they just send you over a share link, you'd be like, yeah, every time I'm wearing that, I'm going to tag you guys and put the link, right? Imagine if we had that for everything. Every time you're wearing like Lululemon, you're like shouting out Lulu, getting 10%. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay. Oh, Alexis has another question. Love it.
Now, let's say they're the person that is becoming an affiliate and likes using Celavive, and they had retail customers. Are they getting 25% or are they getting 10%?
Yeah, so they would qualify for the Celavive cash bonus without being commission qualified. I know that. Is that the answer you're looking for? Yeah, that is a good point. So even if they just, oh my God, you guys, that's so good. So even if they just bought the welcome kit, they could also earn the Celavive cash bonus. Why would you let anyone buy Celavive without buying the welcome kit? Like, hello, like, that's crazy. right? my mind is blown. Like they literally could just be doing their routine and be making cash money without being on auto order, right? This is too good.
Is the Celavive bonus only for preferred customers? I don't think it includes if an associate purchases.
Yeah, you only earn like the earn it from preferred customers who are ordering it for the first time.
Right. So if they signed up with an affiliate link, and if that's what your whole team does, then no one would ever get the bonus.
Yeah, that's why that
because
has to
everyone
be
would be an
one of
associate.
the things. It would be like the Celavive cash bonus is good for people if you want people to make quick money. And even though it doesn't benefit your CVP, if they are sticking around in the business because of a cash bonus, that ultimately benefits us because they're going to stay around. Do you know what I mean?
Right, but if
You
they're
wouldn't want your whole team doing that.
Right, but if you're saying, why would you have someone sign up for Celavive or buy Celavive without having an affiliate link, then they're going to duplicate what you do, and then they would never get the cash bonus because everyone's an associate because they bought a welcome kit. Does that make sense?
Well, I think that's just kind of the first kind of, so basically what I was saying earlier is once they have like one win, like one retail order or one Celavive cash bonus, you're like, hey, cool. Now let me show you the other streams of income.
Awesome.
Right?
Okay.
So that's how you can help someone who is like just really caught up in her money story. I'm like, I can't spend money. I can't spend money. You're like, cool, let's make money. Right? That's the best part. Let's make money.
Okay.
Right?
And then so there's an actual link that you can share that is a marked up retail price?
Yeah, if they just go to your use on a website without actually becoming a preferred customer, they're checking out retail.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when you see it on your paycheck that you personally get paid the difference between wholesale and retail.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this is not like it's really it's getting that yes that can lead to the other yes that can lead to the other door that gets them all the way in ideally. Worst case scenario, they're going to be a glorified customer. Right? And really, like, let's have that instead of them just being customers, because the people that become successful, it doesn't make any sense, right? There's no like perfect science behind it. They just, something clicked, right? But I think that we're sitting on a lot of opportunity. And I can give you an example. One of my new associates, Ruth Liebman, she was my customer forever, ordering health packs all the time, randomly. Kristen, I have 2 health packs. Kristen, I have 2 health packs. Does it all the time for like literally like 8 years. I didn't once give her the invitation for the business, not once, because I told myself some sort of story about she didn't need it. She's married to a doctor, blah, 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 blah. Whatever I don't even know what I told myself. And then I sat down, I'm like, I'm going to go give her the invitation. Hey, Ruth, what do you think about buying a welcome kit? It comes with this cool blender bottle and all this. And that way you can at least make money. I'll get you some links and you can just share the health pack with people. Oh yeah, I'm in, right? Easy. She was in so quick. And then she came to our event and she was like, now she's starting to see it. I'm starting to see it, right? And now we're going to do big things together, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Sound good? The wheels are turning. Anything you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up? I know it's almost 11 o'clock. You good? Okay, beautiful. Oh, Paula, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm backtracking a little bit or a lot here, but I think I almost understand the affiliate link thing. Could you just briefly explain to me how that works, in the sense that you tell somebody to share links, and then how do they make money? They make money once they share the links and people check out and they make money?
Yeah, okay. Just hold that thought. I'm just going to wrap up the call. You stay on, and anyone who wants to stay on can, okay? Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Feel free to stay, but I'm going to answer Paula's question. I'm just going to end the recording. And there we go.